everyone. A big welcome to you wherever you are in the world. This is USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK. I'm the president, founder, and chief listening officer here at our network, where we currently have over 25 live broadcasts to our global audience. Our show today is the Mallorca Connection, and our topic is I've traveled alone, what I've learned, and can share with you. We have a special surprise for you today on this show. Before we get started and bring out the star of our show, I just want to say hello to Dr. Madeline Chan, the author of Star Child, this fabulous book. I highly recommend it. You can pick up your copy over on Amazon. Again, Dr. Madeline Chan. All right, let's welcome Mr. Roland.friedl, who is currently traveling in his motorhome throughout Europe, sharing all kinds of fabulous pictures on social media. So if you're not following him, please do that. Let's welcome him and see what he has to say about his life on the road. Hello.
Hi, Dr. JACALYN. How are you doing? You look amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. You look great too. The weather, obviously, the traveling, the food, the company is all agreeing with you. Tell us where in the world you currently are.
Yes, I'm still in Spain, but I left the Mediterranean Sea, so I'm just on the coast of the Atlantic coast right now. So after Gibraltar, where you come closer to Portugal, I stay here in a small village called, no idea. It's just beautiful here.
I love it. You don't know where you are. I think that's fabulous. Well, you have been sharing some wonderful pictures of tours you've been going on and food you've been eating, and also your traveling companions. And I understand that today you have something special that you want to share about the fact that you're not alone.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm traveling alone, actually not really alone. I'm traveling with my dog and my cat, and I always meet people. Doesn't matter where I am. Yeah, so far I'm traveling since many months. Actually in Spain since mid of September. So now 2.5 months already in Spain. I did some amazing stuff, and I have to tell you, I guess you showed a picture on Facebook. I was in Caminito del Rey. You really walk in this valley on the rock side, and it was an absolute challenge for myself because I have height fear. It really scared me, to be honest. If I would have known what's happening, I wouldn't have done it, but I'm so proud of myself to do it. So sometimes I challenge myself on the tour. I still do business. For example, I had today from in the morning here in Europe from 10 to 12 a.m. in the morning. I had one of my coaching clients from a French company and a coaching client last week. So I'm working on my tour. I started playing guitar again. I meet people. I cook for myself, but I also have amazing food and dinner in different places. And yeah, the story about the day is you know, I have a huge community around myself, and from my business background, it's not only that I do 4 shows on USA Global TV, so the Mallorca Connection every Tuesday. Afterwards, I had the Talking Head show on the Wednesdays. Tomorrow, gentlemen, at 9 p.m. Central European time or 3 p.m. Eastern time, we have the Men Show, Wild at Heart, an amazing show, a show for men, by men, about men. Every second week at 7 p.m., we do the Earth Show, the environmental show. And besides that, I do my main business, coaching consulting, since many, many years with huge international billion-dollar companies all over the globe. And I had a phone call with a friend of mine. He's also Austrian like myself, and we met in Mallorca, which has been my hometown for the last, or my home base actually, for the last 14 years. And I had a call with him. I said, you know, Roland, a friend of mine, an Italian guy, a nice guy, he's very close to you. So we interchanged the number. So I called this gentleman, Claudio from Italy, and I drove my motorhome here, an amazing place. We stand here wild, very close to the beach at Atlantic Coast. I had an amazing talk with my dog, and then we met in a nice bar on the beach having a beer. And I said, hey, Claudia, do you speak English? Let's do the show together, because I travel alone, you travel alone. Let's share our experience for our audience. Yeah, that's the story.
I love that story. Thank you so much. And I love your openness. You know, sometimes when people travel, I actually was traveling by myself through Paris, believe it or not, for 10 days after I got divorced a long time ago. And I was very interested in meeting people, but I was surprised how many people didn't really want to actually have a conversation. They're traveling by themselves. They've got a head in a book or in a reader, a Kindle reader or something. So I think it's great to travel alone and meet new people and have all kinds of great experiences. So you've got your new friend there with you today.
Yeah. Before we introduce her, I have to tell you, actually, there are many people traveling alone. Doesn't matter with a motorhome or on a train ride or in an airplane. But I found out that most people are really scared to start a conversation. So when you start a conversation, okay, some people say they want to be by themselves. That's okay. I expect it. I respect it. But people are so happy that you started a conversation because they're not used to it. But so I always talk to people, and if the people want to be by themselves, it's okay, fine. I also have my times I don't want to talk to anyone. But most people are really after say, "Oh, thank you for talking to me," because otherwise I would read my whatever. Yeah.
What I'd love to know is, as you're doing your travels and you're meeting people, when you say, "Hey, I'm a TV and radio show host," do people do their eyes fly open and they're like, "What? Tell me more."
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. But to be honest, you know me since more than a year, JACALYN. It's never about myself. It's never about me. I don't see myself important. It's more about supporting other people. And maybe you saw my recent post on Facebook. I said, being humble doesn't mean to become important to me. It means how can I change somebody else or touch somebody else's lives? And that's all about it. And of course, I sometimes ask people and say, okay, do you speak English? Let's do a show together. Why not? It's fun. And for some people like Claudia and myself, it's a new challenge. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to make you jealous, but afterwards I get an amazing Italian dinner. Claudia will cook after the show. Yeah. And we're enjoying some good wine.
Woo, I love it. I love it. Save some for me. That's great. So I'm going to let you do the honors of bringing your new friend out and let's have a conversation.
Yeah, actually, he sits in my motorhome, so we're not on different screens. So I just move a little bit to give him space. He's sitting by myself. Claudia, come on the show.
Hi, friends. I'm Claudio.
Hi, Claudio.
I'm from South Tyrol in Italy. And I love this life on the road. I travel around two years now in Italy, Spain, France, Germany, and Mallorca. And yeah, I love this life. I have my whole house, but the freedom what I have on this life is what kind of, my English is not so good. Sorry, it's amazing. It's freedom.
Come close to it.
Well, you both seem extremely happy and very, very full of life. So, Claudio, what are some of the things that you can share with our audience that you've learned about yourself traveling alone?
Yeah, the first time is you have to, wie sagt man muss ins kalte Wasser springen.
You have to jump into the cold water.
But after you never alone. You meet a lot of people on the road. This is amazing because we are a big family. We meet people from all kinds, too rich, too poor, and you never alone. And we stay in the nicest place on the Mediterranean Sea, on the mountains. We wake up in the nicest place. What you cannot imagine. Imagine. It's a freedom life. And I cannot only say it's amazing. It's freedom, it's experience, it's life, the real life.
Yeah. And Claudia, what you actually what you meant is that, and I felt the same. It's not that we are born to be this, but we are also scared.
No, I have scared before.
We have our doubts, but we jump in because many people they're really scared to do this.
Yes, normal.
And it's the same with us. I told you before when we started cooking, we opened the wine bottle. I remember I was always in a relationship. I was married twice, so I have 30 years of marriage, 15 and 15 years, so 2 times 15 years. Then I had a relationship 5 years. And when she flew home from in the middle of August from France, she flew home to Vienna. I was I wasn't say scared, but I was like, oh, how is it being by myself, traveling by myself, and how is it going? It's normal to have self doubts and this mind fuck in what's going on in you, but you get more used to it. You love it, identity. You're
Yeah,
free.
it's freedom, and you meet a lot of people of around the world when you're traveling, and you never alone. Never. I can with someone the schwören.
I can swear.
I can swear this. And I will. Ich möchte das den Leuten sagen.
I want to tell the people.
Habt keine Angst.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Wenn ihr ein gewisses Alter habt.
Even when you're getting older.
You have to start. And it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing to traveling, to meet people, to stay in an amazing place on the world. You wake up on the beach, on the mountains, on the sea, and I meet him today and meet very, very nice people every day.
Yeah, that's absolutely the point. You always meet people. You travel alone, but you're never lonely because
never.
And I told Claudia before, when I was in France, I was supposed to spend 2 or 3 nights on a site on the Atlantic coast in France. Actually, I spent 3 weeks there. But I was cooking for 8 adults and 5 kids, so we have a nice community there. I was cooking in other places. I went in Spain, and there was a place I also was supposed to stay 2 or 3 nights, and I spent 15 nights there with Jonathan. We're there on the show twice with his camping site. So you always meet people, and we're the same age almost, 59, 58. Hey guys and ladies, it's never too late. And I made
never too late.
And I made a single traveling, so ladies traveling by themselves, 75, 76 years old in the motorhome.
But many young ladies traveling 20 years, 25. Or older, 45 is not old, or 65, or 17. The coast is full. Women and men, what traveling, what is working, what have smart work.
Yeah, working remotely, working like I do, working for my motorhome, coaching my clients.
It's a big community.
Absolutely. And the point is, because some people say, aren't you scared that something is going to happen? No, we're not scared. Why should you be scared? I mean, the same can happen in your hometown. Yeah, well, absolutely not.
And una cosa, one thing, sometimes I feel me alone in my city where I have many friends, but when I don't meet these friends, I feel me more alone, that when I traveling, because every day I meet amazing people and I stay in the nature, and this gives me a lot of energy in this life. Believe me.
That's absolutely true. That's also my basis. Some people living in a city, living in a huge apartment house, they never know them, they never see the neighbors, they don't know the neighbors, they feel alone.
That is the problem.
They go to work early in the morning, they come back home, they eat something, maybe they have something delivered at home, then they sit in front of a TV watching Netflix or playing a game on a computer, and they're more lonely than we are.
Yeah, she don't have contact with other people to change idea, to do something together. I meet people, and 2 hours later, okay, we cooking together, we drink a beer together or a glass of wine, we do a lot of things together. But this is very difficult in my city. Or I meet my friends, or to meet new people is very difficult. But when you travel, every day you meet very interesting people. And this is energy. These are big energy for me, and this is life. This is the real life.
Absolutely, because when you guys, when you're staying at home, all fine. I was the same for many years, but you go to work, you always meet the same people on your job. You meet the same people in the gym. You meet the same people when you go out for a drink. It's always the same. But when you travel and you're open, you become open-minded, and you meet open-minded people. You always meet new people, different ages. Different backgrounds, business backgrounds. It's so interesting whom you meet on the road. It doesn't matter if you, like we did, we're traveling a motorhome, but before I was always traveling with my backpack. I went to Asia, to Africa, to South America.
The same before. I traveled in all the world with Asia, South America, Caribbean, and the United States. But with the motorhome, is a little bit interesting.
Yeah, you bring home you have your own stuff, your own bed, your own toilet, your own kitchen.
We have the house where we park.
Yeah.
We come si dice? We turn the key, we stop in a nice place, and that is
And
the
when,
house
when we
where
love
we
it, we
live.
stay longer. If we don't like it, we move on. If
We
the weather's,
change the day after.
yeah, and if the weather's not good, we see the weather forecast. Oh, it's raining. Let's go somewhere else where it's not raining.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I have with me my ski, my mountain bike, my stand-up paddle, everything what I need. Same in my house. I have a second house on the road.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And we actually today we have this amazing bar on the beach. having a
Yeah,
nice drink,
beautiful.
dogs playing around. The sunset was coming. Amazing sunset.
Oh.
Full moon. I guess we have full. We
And
have
the dunes, the duna.
Yeah, La Luna. The full moon.
No, the duna. The
Ah,
dune.
the dunes. Yeah, we
It's
had
a
the dunes.
very nice place. Los Caños de Mecca.
Los
Los
Caños.
Caños de Mecca, Andalusia, Andalus.
Ah, now I know where I am. Okay, Caños de Mecca. Yeah, we are in Caños de Mecca on
And
the Atlantic coast.
the Faro de Trafalgar. Come si dice il faro? The Leuchtturm.
The Leuchtturm, yeah, the lighting tower,
The lighting tower.
of Trafalgar is just close.
It's very nice. You look, it's a very amazing place on the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, and a lot of young people are hanging around surfing the waves.
Yeah.
Surfing the waves. You can mountain bike here. You have amazing spots on the beach for horseback riding. Also,
Yeah.
that's what I
here
want to
and
try.
here.
Maybe tomorrow or the day after, I got some horseback riding, walking the dog, cooking outside, having a coffee or a
And good
breakfast on the beach.
flamenco.
Or good
Here is
flamenco music.
Here is the house,
The hotspot,
heart,
the heart and the
the
hotspot
heart
of the flamenco.
flamenco. The flamenco music is very amazing.
Yeah.
It's only from here, from the Andalusia, but flamenco, believe me, is amazing.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, when you're watching from the US, I gave an interview to an American RV blog. And from that on, many people from the US already contacted me and said, hey, I live in my motorhome in the US. I want to rent a motorhome or bring my motorhome to Europe. Hey, traveler, it's amazing here.
Yeah.
But please, if you have a large motorhome, it's better to give a little smaller one because our streets are not so large, they're smaller. Especially, when you like in the south in Italy, in France, in Spain, the small villages. It's challenging with a big motorhome, so get a smaller one so you can really have access to all this beautiful places here in Europe. I highly recommend it. Come over to Europe, rent a motorhome, travel around.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You can rent a motorhome in Lisboa or in Roma, and you can traveling to Barcelona, to Almeria, to Lisboa, and you go back the motorhome and you fly back to the United States. That is possible.
Yeah. And they also said today, traveling alone, what advantages? We decide when we get up in the morning.
Yeah.
We decide if we stay or if we move. We don't have a discussion with a girlfriend or with a partner, with someone else. We make our own decision. We eat what we want. Sometimes we're not the healthy waste. We drink what we want. Sometimes more, sometimes less. We are free.
But my friends, here stay very good tapas.
Yeah.
In more places, and that is amazing. The tapas from Andalusia is you can explain what is tapas?
Yeah, tapas are the small plates, meaning
and a good wine together.
And a good wine. So we have in tapas means you have small plates with different stuff. You try this and this and this, and actually we have tapas before we go to dinner. Because in aperitivo, because in Spain you go for dinner very late at 9 or even 10 o'clock p.m. So at 6, 7, you go out with friends after work and you have some tapas with a beer or with a glass of wine or with a gin tonic. Just
or Aperol Spritz.
Or Aperol Spritz in Italy, just to prepare your stomach for the amazing dinner that's coming later. That's what we do.
But here the people eating very late.
Yeah.
For me, it's not. It's a little bit difficult before because I eat around 7 o'clock in the night in my home. But here I eat around 10 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah. People eat late here, but I used to because
in Spain, it's Andalusia.
Yeah. because as I said, my home base has been Mallorca for the last 14 years. So
Yeah,
I remember when I moved to Spain, a friend of mine, he recommended me a restaurant to go there. So I went there 6 p.m. normally, like in Austria.
Yeah.
Closed.
Snow here.
So we said, okay, it's closed. Let's try the next day. We try the next day. Closed. I called my friend and said, hey, the restaurant is closed. He said, no, it's open every day in the year. I said, no, it's closed. I said, where you've been there? I said, 6. I said, no, they open at 9. So we had to change this dinner time. So we eat later. Yeah, that's what we do here in Spain because it's very hot during the day, especially in summer.
Yeah.
But the reason why we eat so late is, do you know the history behind eating late?
No,
in
no,
Spain?
no, no,
Okay.
no. I don't know.
Some history backgrounds, ladies and gentlemen. Spain had the same time zone like UK or Portugal. They had the same time. And Franco, who was a right-wing dictator here in Spain until the 60s, he changed in favor to Adolf Hitler, the German imperator, or whatever you call it, this crazy guy. He changed the Spanish time to Berlin time, so earlier. And the Spanish people say, we don't care what Franco says. We eat when the sun is there. So they eat an hour later than the average people here in France, Italy eat. That's the reason for that.
Yeah,
that's the reason. But there are a lot of politics discussion that Spain maybe will change the time again to the UK time because it makes sense. We're really like Portugal an hour later. But let's see. But that's the reason why the people eat so late. I didn't know that, but I did some research because I always want to know why it is so late.
But in Italy, it's the same. In South Italy, in the Middle Italy, you eat around 9 or 10 o'clock. This is, I think, a Mediterranean from Mittelmeer or the
the Mediterranean because
South in Europe.
It's too hot here. It's too hot here to have dinner. It's in summer. It's 6, 7 p.m. It still has. Yeah, in Celsius more than 30 degrees, and you cannot eat, especially
impossible.
It's impossible. But let's come back a little bit to traveling alone, and I think it's so important, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter if it's a man or woman. You have to have this experience to be by yourself. As I said in the beginning, I always had a relationship from one to one, but it's so important to have what I call a me time. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at the Wild at Heart show, at the men's show, we have exactly this topic, or we had this topic last week about me time. Do we have a me time? What are we doing? And tomorrow we're talking about being alone without feeling loneliness, because it's so important that you really have a time for yourself and not being distracted. Yeah, just really
not have scare for traveling alone.
Yeah, not scared, and really and recognize and acknowledge your feelings, how you feel when you're alone. Maybe you are a little bit scared. It's okay.
It's the first moment. The first moment you have scare.
Yeah.
You feel a little bit sad, but in the second moment, maybe you sleep one night, and the day after is all different. Not have scare for traveling alone. Absolutely. Because you meet a lot of people and you never stay alone. That I speak all my friend I speak this. No have scare for traveling alone because you never alone.
Yeah. And it's like everything you do the first time, people are always triggered by change. When you do something the first time, we're a little bit scared, but just it's always make the first step in. And for me, it was the same. I was always traveling my whole life. And I remember when I moved full-time in April into my motorhome, I will never forget it. Yes, Maria. Hey, Maria. How you doing? Thanks. Yeah, absolutely.
Hello.
Everyone should
Nice
have a
to meet
meeting.
you.
I agree. And Maria, congratulations for the elevated listener. Yeah, we always have our me time, and it's also important because we always so distracted. We have to face ourselves. And that's in the beginning. And I remember when I moved full-time in the motorhome, I was really early in the morning. I was driving my car. It was 6 a.m. in the morning. I was driving my car, and then I had some panic about my future, how you will end up, are you homeless or not, even it's this luxury motorhome. And it took on an hour.
It's really normal. It's normal.
And then I said, hey, Roland, you're coach, what's going on in your head? What is this monkey mind? What's in your head? And I said, oh, where does this fear come from? Where does this emotion come from? I said, it's just a self-talk I have that doesn't make sense. No, step in. And today, sometimes I have a bad mood, but to be honest, 99% of the day I stay up in the morning. I say I'm so grateful.
Yeah, that is the reality. Sometimes a little bit sad,
down,
but das meiste
the most of the time
you think, wow.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's amazing. I stand up on the beach. I'm free.
Absolutely.
It's
And I'm so
I cannot explain my emotions.
Yeah. You have to experience it. You cannot explain how it is to be totally free and independent and travel around in the most beautiful places, meeting amazing people, and working besides, making some money and travel around and say, wow, 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 wow,
Yeah,
wow. Other
that
people
is-
sitting, I don't know, a 9 to 5 job, sitting in an office, going back home in their city with all this pollution, this traffic, this noise, then
It's
sitting
the
in front of a
routine,
TV
la
set.
routine.
Yeah. And that's why we always a good color, because JACALYN always said, Roland, you're always a good color, because most of them, we're always outside. I walk the dogs, you do mountain biking, or we get surfing, or we get stand-up paddling, or we go horseback riding. We're always out in nature, always in fresh air.
All time now, around 2 or 3 years, I stay in the fresh air, in the nature.
Yeah.
I have my home, my house, but it's my property, but I like this life because it's freedom, and this life gives me a lot of energy. I don't know, you can understand, but it's a energy. You wake up in the morning in the nicest places, and you meet very interesting people every day. Sometimes, okay, you are sad or you have your problem. Sometimes you have sick, you feel you very bad, you stay alone. But you have to
You have to come over this.
You have to come over this. I'm one day ich war am Boden vom Caravan, weil ich was gegessen hatte, was nicht gut war.
Sometimes he was down because he didn't eat something that wasn't good for the stomach.
And stay alone. Hey, Claudio, what are you doing? Okay, stay strong and wait. Okay,
it's getting better. Yeah,
getting better.
But something, the last days I had heavy rain. I couldn't go out. Only with the dog. Night. But I got used to it. I say, okay, let's have a coffee or tea. I read a book or whatever, or do some work. And yeah, it's raining. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's in Austria, my home village.
It's -5.
It's very cold there. It's snowing. It's raining. It's cold. We're sitting here in the sun during the day.
Here we have normally 2 days ago I stay on the beach. Someone in the swimming dress, and we have 23
Celsius, 23 degrees Celsius.
And yesterday I biked on 2 days ago. I was biking on the beach, 18 centigrades. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Here you can do a lot of sports. You can biking. You can
horseback riding.
Horseback riding. Sorry, my English. You can stand up, you can surfing for the young people. Yesterday, come si dice, Lola?
The waves.
The waves, very nice wave. All this coast, this Atlantic coast from Andalusia to Portugal is amazing. It's a dream. A lot of nature, but you can have in the same time a good nightlife. You can have everything here, and not stay many. You
don't have a lot of buildings here.
Yeah, it's this nature, but you have life. You can going out, listen good music, rock, pop, house. You find everything here, but it's all very small.
Yeah, and right now we have about 75 Fahrenheit, so it's quite warm here, and it's winter time here, so it's quite cool. And Maria was yeah, it's warm here. And Maria, thanks Maria for your comment. She said, yeah, the only thing is when you're ill, then it's challenging traveling. Yes, definitely is, but to be honest, when you're sick on the travel, it's the same sickness when like at home. But it's a little bit more challenging, but you always have people to support you, to bring you to the hospital or get to the pharmacy shop if you need something, or find doctors. I mean, here in Europe, we're not talking about a third world country. So we have a lot of infrastructure of hospitals, of surgeries. So it's no problem at all when you have an insurance. Of course, health insurance is a good one. No issue at all. But of course, when you're in a motorhome, if you don't feel sick, you don't feel good. But when you are living alone in an apartment, You're
It's
alone
the
too.
same.
It's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's not an issue. It's not an issue. No, absolutely. I highly recommend you guys try it out.
Yeah.
Try it out. Travel around and have fun. Hi, JACALYN.
Hi, hi. I was listening to the conversation, and thanks to Maria for engaging with us. So, one of the questions I was just wondering is, and we've discussed it a little bit before, but you were talking about how some people are more open to starting a conversation and some people really are not. What is it like to be away from all the things that you had in your life on a regular basis? You know, you could go to a mailbox, or you could go pick up your packages, or so what is it like to be sort of like anywhere you want to go?
Well, actually, I don't. First of all, I don't miss anything. I mean, Claudio still has his house in Italy. I rented a huge garage where all my stuff is in. I don't miss anything of the of the stuff. And when I order something on on this platform, the A, there's always a camping place where let's ship it. Or actually, in 2 weeks, I visit a friend in Andalusia where a lot of stuff is waiting for me to ship there. So it's no problem. And the other post, you can, with my insurance company or whatever, even with the government, where I pay my taxes for my corporate and also for the car. So we have an agreement that they email me everything to me. So no problem at all. Yeah, no problem.
That's
No,
fantastic.
no, I don't miss my home. I fly back sometimes, go look my apartment, my house, visit my friends. And this is very interesting. I park my mobile home in the airport, in some airports, in, wie sagt man, einen bewachten Parkplatz.
Yeah, with security.
Yeah. Flying back home, stay maybe 2 weeks at home. But after I start traveling again, because traveling is amazing. It's experience, it's emotions. And in my home, it's every day the same. It's routine. Routine, come si
It's
dice?
a routine.
It's a routine.
Yeah. So there are many options, JACALYN. You know, I live full time in my motorhome and travel full time. It's my home. He still has his house, so sometimes he flies home and sees his friends. And,
yeah, only for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But after, wie sagt man, es ist stärker, ich will wieder on the road sein.
Yeah, he wants to go back on the road.
What's on the road?
I stay in an amazing place. I stay in nature. I stay in a beach. Sometimes I stay in some big cities, say Madrid, Lisboa, Porto, or Rome. I stay in Rome. I travel a lot. But what I prefer, stay in the small place with a little great nature and with nice people.
Yeah.
And good eating, have a good feeling, party, and doing a lot of sports.
Yeah, same to me. Sometimes I go to big cities because I want to see it, even those I've never seen. And actually, I leave earlier than I planned, because I saw it, but too crowded. Bang, I'm out.
So a question for both of you. It's actually a little bit different. So Claudio, will you ever sell your house and go 100% on the road? And Roland, will you ever get a place and do part-time?
Will you ever sell your home and only live in a motorhome?
No, I have my house. I close the house.
But will you give it up in the future?
I don't know. The house is meine Sicherheit.
He's his space. It's his security
It's the base.
Space. Is his space.
It's mine, so I think I have my house, but I prefer in this moment living in a motorhome, because it's freedom, it's experience, it's you stay in a nice place in the nature, you meet a lot of people. You meet different kind of people.
But my dear friend, he needs some security. Actually, that's because of his job. He was a police officer.
Yeah,
he was a police officer in Italy.
And
I forget that I'm wie sagt man, ich bin in Rente.
And now he retired.
I'm retired.
I have a lot of experience on the road, with many questions, with many difficult, many gefährliche Situationen.
Yeah, with some challenges.
Yeah, but now I forget
But the
everything.
police officer is still in his head, so he's not giving up his
He's
house.
a good person to travel with. He can feel safe.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Roland, what about
for
you?
my
Will
son-
you go back to getting a home, or
Yes, I will. I will for sure. Maybe together, John. I meet John in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I meet John in Portugal, and with another guy from Sweden, and we're thinking about not buying or renting a real estate together to become sustainable, to build our own stuff and grow our own food and animals. But we want to do it at least with 2 or 3 persons, so we can still travel. So because someone always has to be there, but we can, somebody. I'm taking care about the property for 3 months, staying at home. Then somebody else does, but the rest we can travel. So I will continue to travel, but I will look for a base. Not well because I miss a home base, not at all. But I want to grow my own stuff, my own vegetables for the future. But I cannot tell you where. Maybe Portugal, and I can't tell you at the moment when. No idea. The plan is there, but no idea when and where.
you'll tell us when it's the right time. And for those who don't know, John Christian, he's one of our friends here. He actually introduced me to Roland's, and we had a show together. I can't remember the name of it, but
it was called The Journey of Your Life.
Yes, he's a beautiful voice. So
yeah.
So that's very exciting. So tell us about this meal that you're going to have after this.
Matriciana, spaghetti alla matriciana is olive oil, onion, garlic, and bacon. You cook the bacon slowly with the
tomato sauce,
with the garlic and onions, and after you put the tomato sauce.
No, red wine before.
Yeah. Sorry, I forget it. After tomato sauce, and you cook slowly, and around half an hour. The tomato sauce is very important to cook in a half an hour, 40 minutes, slowly. After I put a little bit chili, sugar, and salts, and you have a great tomato sauce. And that is the base for every tomato sauce. Cooking slowly with vegetables, with onion, garlic, and olive oil, slowly for half an hour on 40 minutes. And you have the base for the arrabbiata, for the bolognese, and for a lot of Italian sauces.
Yeah, the secret of it, the
arrabbiata. Very important, cooking first the tomato sauce with vegetables, and slowly, half an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah, when I do my bolognese, when I prepare, I cook it slowly for 2 hours.
Yeah, the bolognese, you have to cook it 2 hours, 3 hours, and put red wine inside. It's very important. And blah, 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 blah. Cooking very slowly. But it's very simple. It's very simple to cook.
It sounds delicious. But now, isn't it 8 o'clock there, going on 9?
It's 20 to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
You're going to eat dinner at 9:30.
Yeah. Well, the sauce is already finished. Almost.
Yeah.
We just have to boil the water, cook the pasta, open another bottle of wine. We have Aperol Spritz.
Yeah. One Aperol Spritz.
And then we have a nice fresh pineapple as a dessert.
Oh, it sounds delicious.
That is very important after the dinner. A fresh pineapple,
because the enzymes of the pineapple is helping you to digest you.
Sounds fabulous. What a perfect evening.
Absolutely. And that's what I love on the trip. I mean, it's now, can you imagine, 7 hours ago, I finished my coaching with a French GM of a huge company. I had a call with my friend who he came back from Thailand. Going back to Vienna before coming back to Mallorca, I had a call and I said, Roland, where are you? I said, there. You have to meet Claudio, my friend. I met him in Mallorca. And here we are.
It's incredible.
So funny. And you were from Mallorca. But you didn't know each other there.
He was in Mallorca with his motorhome. No, he's Italian, but he was with his motorhome for 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months.
Yeah.
But not when you were there.
Sorry, I'm from South Tyrol, Italy. We speak 2 languages, because Italian and German.
German.
It's
Yeah.
a very nice area. It's Dolomiti super ski. Many American people coming for vacation there because we in the wintertime we have the Dolomiti super ski. It's a big skiing area, and in the summer you have the Dolomites. Is
For hiking.
For hiking is very interesting. Dolomiti, Bolzano, Bozen.
Yeah,
And-
actually, it was part of Austria, but we lost it
Yeah,
after World
yeah.
War First. Actually, we
After
lost many
the-
parts. We lost many parts, but now it's part of Italy. But they still speak German there.
Yeah,
and
on the
Italy,
mountains.
it's beautiful.
We have
Beautiful.
autonomy. We can speak two languages. When we want to work, we have to speak to the. We have to. Wie sagt man eine Attestat.
Okay, yeah. When you ask for a job, you have always two languages:
Yeah,
German and Italy.
when you don't speak two languages, it's very difficult to find a job there.
Yeah.
But I think speak one language, two language is or more is very important.
Yeah, the Americans
Open
they
the
only speak
mind.
English.
Yeah.
They only speak English.
Okay, it's no problem. My English is not so good. I learned English on the road. I never studied English in the school.
You speak very well.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I meet some guy 1999 in Italy on a train. He's from New York City. No, he living in Buffalo. And I invited him to coming in my house with my family. He stay around 2 or 3 months in Italy in Bozen, and because I learned a little bit English. And after I go visit him in Buffalo, in New York State, I stay there around a month. Oh, very nice experience, the lakes and the people and New York, but never learning in the school the English.
Well, wherever you've learned it, you've done a great job, and it's exciting to be able to speak 3 languages as opposed to
Yes,
2.
after I speak German, after I speak Italian, and now I speak Spanish too.
Spanish.
What
too, yeah.
I learned on the road.
Yeah, that's all on the road.
That sounds like a great name for a TV show, On the Road.
On the
On the road.
On the road again. John
On the
Denver.
road. Yeah, I love this song.
John-
I sometimes put
On
on
the road
the
again.
again.
Yes, it is.
It's
Yes, it is,
amazing.
Maria. Thank
I
you
have
for
a funny,
that.
I have a funny story. I when we met on the beach for the beer, when we saw the first time, and we talking about our experience. And I told him when I was in Spain, we talking about traveling and drinking, and I said, sometimes I drink during the driving. Yeah, I have a beer when driving because I don't drive fast. So I listen to music, blues music or country music, have a beer. And I was traveling in France, and the cat was sitting on my legs when I was driving. The dog not secured on my side, having a beer. And I came to a roundabout, 5 French policemen. I said, "Oh my gosh!" But they didn't stop me. They said,
Well, you were lucky. You were lucky.
and I told
you're
him
with the
story,
policeman
and then he
right
tells me he's
now.
a policeman.
I know.
No, I'm no policeman now. I'm 6
Every
years
time.
ago.
He's
I'm
retired.
I'm living the life now.
Well, I've really enjoyed meeting you. Thank you so much for being here today. And we've come to the end of our show. So, Claudio, if you could tell people how they can get in touch with you. I've already connected with you on Instagram and Facebook. How
Yeah,
can people reach out to you?
Claudio Biondo Bolzano. I
help you in English. So on Facebook, it's Claudio Biondo Bolzano. And on Instagram, it's Travel with Claudio Virtually. That's Instagram.
yeah.
It's not. Okay.
This
Claudio.
Thanks for
Facebook.
sharing that. There it is.
And this is the other one. But I
We can't see it.
No, it's
still
not
can't
working.
see it.
That's not
okay.
working. Anyway,
That's
so
another.
on Facebook, it's Claudio Biondo, and I spell it for those guys who are on the radio station or podcast. It's CLAUDIO, and then Biondo, BIONDO, and Instagram is Travel with Claudio Virtually.
Biondo is blonde hair. Before I have long blonde hair. Now I lose, and I'm
I love it. Fantastic. Well, thank you, Claudio. Take some pictures of that fabulous dinner that you're whipping up tonight.
Okay, we're doing.
Yeah,
That
we
sounds
cook
great.
outside. We cook
Roland,
outside.
how can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, the best way is I always say go to my main website. It's my name, roland.friedl.com. I will spell it, guys. It's ROLANDFRIEDL.com. This is my main website. From there, you can link to my business sites, Partner Performance Systems. When you need support in optimizing, adapting your processes in your business, or you need training, business, people development. We do a lot of leadership trainings, a lot of sales trainings all over the globe, together with my team in 9 different languages. So go on you click on SPS, Partner Performance Systems. When you're interested in a lifestyle like Claudia and myself, then you go on WLR, on Wireless Life Rocks. There you can find information there. And when you're interested in the men's work I'm doing, you find also a link there about sparring for men. And there are many websites. Please join us tomorrow on USA Global TV and Radio for the men's show, 9 p.m. here on USA Global TV and Radio, 9 p.m. Central European Time, meaning 3 p.m. East Standard Time. And next week, additionally, on Wednesday, do the Earth Show at 7 p.m. Central European Time, or 1 p.m. East Standard Time. Yeah, who wants to contact me? Guys, it's not about making business. It's all about caring and sharing and connecting. I'm always interested in meet new people and learn from each other. Thank you so much. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye from the road.
Bye-bye for
Bye
the road.
from the road. See you guys later. Thanks again.
Greeting all the friends in America and everywhere.
Bye for now.
Ciao.
Bye. We have so much fun here. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Maria, for engaging with us. If you missed our show yesterday, the spelling bee, I am telling you what, this was a winner. So much fun. Caroline Hewitt and Janetta Barry competing for title of Queen Bee Speller. Please go over to our YouTube channel, USA Global TV and Radio, and just go for the playlist titled The Spelling Bee. Okay, I've got 2 announcements before we close out for today. The first is, if you haven't heard, my new book that I've co-authored with Mariska Duprier is coming out on the 14th. The book title is The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the Listening Mentor. And this book is featuring real-life people who have been certified in the Power of Listening courses that I offer, along with Caroline Hewitt and Madeline Chan. And these people you see here are actually animals in the book. So for example, Debbie Wilson, who's my sister, she's the cow, Belle the cow. I'm actually the ladybug. Caroline Hewitt is the owl. Sonia is the orangutan. Red is the red ibis bird. Roland, and we just saw, he is the panther. Diane Floyd-Bame is the gazelle. Janetta is the white lioness, and Hyatt is the white horse. So they all together with me help teach children and their families how to listen at an elevated level. You can pre-order the ebook now, and we'll have the paperback as well as the hardback available on the 14th. Do join us for the show. We'll be live streaming wherever you're watching us right now at noon Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So thank you so much for that. My next announcement is we have a new show coming called Food and Our Emotions. And this was actually a 6-part series. It's not going to be 12 parts because we have so many experts who are interested in joining us on this. We're going to look at our relationship with food, which sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. We're going to look at cooking. We're going to look at how we feel about what we eat, and then how what we eat affects our moods and affects us overall. And then finally, my last announcement is I am still offering at this fabulous rate the ability for you to learn elevated listening skills and join our team. It's a double bonus. It's a 2-hour online on-demand course you take at your leisure. You take a 7-question quiz, and then you get certified. Once you get certified, you're on the team at USA Global TV and Radio. You're an elevated listener, and your opportunities as as an elevated listener are many. They're increasing by the day. We have our own community. We have our own TV show. And as I just mentioned, people are participating in my books. I have more books coming. If you're an elevated listener and you want to be an animal character in a future book, that is definitely an opportunity for you. So thank you again. That's our last show for today. I've got to get back on to working on the book. It's being launched on the 14th, and we're just doing the little final tweaks and edits. So we will see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, USA Global TV and Radio. Thank you.